Okay, so let's start. So what we'll do, we'll make a streamlit web app for machine learning model deployment. So we'll be using streamlit for final deployment. Okay, so let's go to cmd command. I'll be using Python virtual environment for deploying, and also I'll be using this Visual Studio Code. So make sure that you have Visual Studio Code installed in your system. So I have already installed. I'm not going to explain how to install that. You simply follow YouTube other videos. So here I have virtual environment, Visual Studio Code, and if you want to install, you simply write Visual Studio Code, and here first download for Windows. If you have Windows, Mac, Linux, fine. So once you install, what we do, let's open cmd, and let's check which version Python we are having. So Python I will write and enter. So I am having 3.7.5. this Python version I am having. For you it might be different, but no issue. Let's exit it. So how to use VS Code for Python, as well as how to deploy the machine learning model, we will learn it. So now let's make one folder or environment folder where we'll perform all our machine learning tasks. So let's make one directory or folder. This is the command for making that, and we'll keep the name for directory, let's say ML project, or you can say AI project, AI underscore. I'll write small letters, AI project. So this is the name of folder I'm creating now. Now in this AI project, what I will do, I will go to that folder, AI project folder, and I will enter. Now I am at this AI project folder. Now if you have installed your Visual Studio Code and you have linked with your virtual environments in your system, then you can write code space dot. Once you write that, when you enter, this folder will open in Visual Studio Code. Here it opens. See, AI project. This folder what we created now, it is here. Now what we do, now we can continue using this command prompt, or also we can use here in Visual Studio Code terminal. You see new terminal. So I'll make the new terminal here, and we can cut it down. No, and let's say, so here is, we have our terminal and we are in AI project folder. Now here I do one thing. Let's check that Python is working or not. Here is showing Python 3.7.5. Now what we do, we will make a virtual environment. To make a virtual environment, make sure that you have installed this one, pip install virtual environment. So this is pip install venv. Make sure that you have that virtual environment package. Fine. So I hope it must be there in your system. If it is not there, you can install using pip. Fine. So let's go to creating your Python environment. So I will write Python. You can write here 3.7.5. It will create 3.7.5 version of Python, or you can write 3.6 or anything. Depends on which interpreter you are having. If you will not write anything, it will take by default whatever Python version you are having in system. So I will write Python -m and venv virtual environment, and now we have to give the name of this virtual environment. So I will give AI environment, env. So I am writing simple AI environment. Okay, this is the name of our virtual environment. So this is our Python environment. Let's enter and let's see here in the left side in a tree. You see we got AI environment one folder within the AI project. So this is our main project folder, and within that we have one environment folder, and if we click this arrow, we can see we have include library scripts. Fine. Now here also you can see, you can go to cd ai underscore env, the name of your environment folder. Now here you can write ls. When you write ls, it will show. Otherwise you can write dir. So when you write dir, you will see we have 3 folders: include, leave and script. Same thing here. Fine. Now what we do, we go back cd dot we go back to main folder, AI folder. So now we have one environment folder. Now let's make one more folder for our code writing, Python codes. So I will write mkdir and I'll make one code folder. All the codes will keep in this folder. Code underscore AI I am writing. So we have now 2 folders here, one for codes, one for environment. Fine. Now you can see we have to activate our virtual environment which we have created, Python interpreter, because this VS code don't know which interpreter you are going to use. To perform that, what we do, we can go to view, from here command palette, and we can select. We'll do that later. Now before that, in this code we'll make different Python codes. So let's make, here is a new file, creating a new file. Let's create a new file and give the name. So I'll give main file dot py. When I give Python extension, when I enter here, the main.py will open. Once main.py open, this Visual Studio automatically activate this Python interpreter. If it doesn't come here, what you can do, I was talking here, go to command palette and here write Python, select interpreter. You can select interpreter manually. So I have reset 2 different virtual environments. We are currently in AI environment, so we can select that. Fine, that is recommended, no issue. And that's all. After that, once it is there, we need to activate this environment. So what we do, simply you cut it and thus reopen terminal. Once you reopen terminal, you can see AI environment is activated, right? Previously it was not there. Now what we can do, let's go to our environment folder. So all the libraries we will installing there, AI. So I'm going cd ai underscore env. This is my environment folder. Now I can install here pip install let's say numpy. So I install numpy. It is installing now. Correct? It will take time. It will not work. See, successfully we have installed numpy. So let's check it out. Let's import numpy here. Let's say what is the word, np dot underscore version. So we can print this out, and we can see the version, which version we are having. So you can just right click and so we have option here. We can run current file in interactive windows. Okay, so or you can simply, when you press this play button, we'll see here it will say 1.21.5. so this is the version of our current numpy. Fine, that means it is installed. One more way is that right click and run current file in interactive mode. So here you can see the code like a Jupyter type. We do not have some package, so we can install or we can do later. Fine, so I am not doing it now. The next task is we need to install other libraries. So we go back to cd our AI environment. So we are now in our environment file. Now let's install pip pandas. So we install So it is installing now. So we have to install streamlit also. Here you see where it is. Pip install streamlit, simple command. So let's let it install first, and also we'll install scikit-learn. Scikit-learn. So this will install scikit-learn. I think successfully installed. Okay, now we'll install streamlit. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake. Pip install streamlit. Same command. We'll install scikit-learn. Pip install universal version scikit-learn. So let me complete this. Once these basic installations are over, then we can go for final model. Med7. This is medical entity recognition model. So here we have to install spacey also. Yeah, we need to install spacey, and we need to install this two models, vector models, transformer based models for medical general recognition. You can go through it. This Med7, a transferable clinical natural language processing model for electronic health records. So let's install spacey also. So I will copy this spacey and I will paste once this is done. So these are the few different libraries I will be installing. Tika, PyPDF4, PyPDF2, and this Med7. So I hope this is done. Yes, this is over. Now let's install spacey. We are installing spacey now. After spacey, we have to install this one. Anyway, this is Encore Med7 LG for large files. There is a SM also, SM model also for small files. But when you have large text file or big PDF, you can use LG. It basically recognizes the entities. So here is the sample code is also given. We can use it. Later we'll use it. So Med7, what is done? It identifies the entities. What are the entities? Let's say magnesium hydroxide is drug, 400 milligram is strength, suspension is a form, PO is a route, 300 ml is a doses, bit is a frequency, like that, so on and so forth. Okay, done. Now we go for next installation, this vector model. So just copy it and just paste it here and just let's install it. NLTK. Let's install NLTK. You copy this and we paste it here. Now we install NLTK. Pip install NLTK. So it will take time again. Already satisfied. Now we'll install Tika. I'm installing. I copied Tika. Now installing Tika. You can install PyPDF4, copy and paste. You can install PyPDF2 if you are using PDF2, and you can also install PDF miner. I think name I forgot. Yeah, it's PDF miner. Yeah. So PDF miner also you can install. So I am not installing that. I install PyPDF2. That's all. I think deployment. Now we go to main.py. Main.py is in code AI. So what I do, I will change the environment and I will go to code_ai folder where I keep all the codes. In that folder I go, and from here, so I will check whether installation is done or not. Import SMP import streamlit as st, import pandas as pd, import pika. Getting point? So these things will import. So if it is working, now we'll check whether it is working or not. I will learn. If we get error, means there is some problem, we have to install again, or we need to check the version. I hope we will not get any error. It's still running. See, no errors. So we can see the version of pandas pd print pd dot version. Okay, now let's run it and see the pandas version 1.3.55. so it is working now. Now what we do, we have imported our streamlit as a st. So let's make a title st dot header, and I will write, this is anything you can write, this is machine learning model. Fine. And st dot write by fine. Let's save it. So once you save it, now what we do, we are in code AI folder, means where we keep all our codes. We have two folders, one is environment folder and one is code folder. So in that code folder we will write streamlit run main.py. so this is the code we are having here, main.py. so what we write is streamlit run main.py and we enter. So this is localhost deployment. For final deployment, here we get the URL. This URL, it will automatically open, or you can simply copy and paste to your browser. Let's copy this and paste to our browser. See, now you see our final deployment, not final deployment, localhost deployment is done. The machine, this is machine learning model by Panjana. Now I did not keep anything here, so it doesn't show. Here it automatically opens. Now what I do, I'll keep st.write pd dot underscore version. I will save it and I will go back to my site and I will rerun it. You see here 1.3.5 came. So you can set it always rerun. Fine. Again I will make changes here. I will write df equal to pd dot read underscore csv, any csv file you have, but here I do not have any csv file, so you need to copy your csv file and keep it here. Yes. Fine, you need to keep it here, it will read. So now we will deploy our this is not required, comment this out. Okay, now what I do, I import Spacey and I will keep this document there just to show you how does it work. So I pasted it here. Import Spacey. I have also installed. Now what I am doing here, I have taken this Med7 code, sample code. This I copied it. I copy it and I paste it here. Fine. Now I'll save it and let's check it out, how does it work. So every time you need to do always rerun. So I have done the rerun here and that Med7 will run, but I have not set anything like st write, or here you see whenever you want to show on a localhost, you have to write st.write, st.header or something. By default it will give you this result. So if you see magnesium hydroxide is a drug, which is same here. Magnesium hydroxide drug, 400 mg per 5 ml is strength. So the same thing can be seen here. 400, what is that? Suspension is given, 400 is missed, I think. Anyways, so this is how the streamlit deployment is working. Fine. Now you can make it st.table and give a bracket here, and you save it and you check it out. It's again running. So it will become a table now. At the point, this is how we use deployment. And let's say if you want to upload some PDF file, and let's say upload file in streamlit, go to that st.file uploader, sorry. So this is the code you will get here directly. File st.file upload, choose a file. So here I will use this code and I will write, I will st.file uploader, choose a file to upload, comma, what type of file, type equals to let's say PDF. Done. Now let's save it and go back to here. It's again running. Just a moment. So here we'll get an option to upload our PDF file. I think PDF is not defined. Fine. So I go back. I think this will work now. So let's check it out. Just a moment. Yes, see, it's working. I do remember. Here you can browse PDF file. So any PDF file you can go to downloads. I will upload this PDF. 0.7. It is uploaded. But after uploading we have not given any command, so it will not work. After that you can use your PyPDF or PDF miner. So you have to create some variable name. If the file is so on so forth, here is the command. If file is not none, you can perform different tasks. Fine. This is how we deploy in our local host. Fine. This is what the streamlit is. It's quite easy to use. That's all. Streamlit get started, documentation, how to do that, how to install it, how to create an app. So let's click it, create an app. So you have import streamlit as st, pandas, pd, st.title I said. Now how you run that? Streamlit run the name of your Python file and it will run. And we can take this data also. We can perform a number of tasks, but I'm not going to do that. Thank you.